Um, I'm a poet of water, rascal, drunkard, but not of wine, but of words. This is something I grow up with. Still, I'm learning. I am a fan of words, actually. I like words. And, every poet is just like a lover of words. So this is something, it's just like our air of breathing and water we take. So that is it. The first person that influenced me tried poetry in the style I've written it down is Umar Abubakar CD. So, and later on through Umar Abubakar CD, I learned Qabbani, I learned Darwish and other like Ginsbergs and all. So this is the influence. I learned them through Umar Abubakar CD. So I write for myself in the first place, and later on then my pieces find their own audience. Number one, awareness. Yes, we use poetry to raise awareness among people, and also we educate them through poetry on climate change and a lot of things. Poetry is a way of telling people the right and telling them the wrong. So I use poetry for my advocacy and for my climate change action. So yes, I have the poem I titled "This Poem is Water." Yes, so this poem is water was the poem that won the Billboard Prize for Emerging Writers of 2023. So I gain a lot from it, from the cash prizes and other things, and still that poem is going far. Due to the nature of the economy of the nation, yes. So being a poet, and you see how the economy is. So being a writer in general, I can say, is something that always come with financial challenges. So you will face a lot of financial challenges, and people are not ready for people like us, because you need to be always reading. So the society, is not supportive. Yes, the society is not supportive, but consistency or resilience keep pushing us towards the success. A Kama poetry lesson. In Kama poetry study, words behave like verbs, like particles in an invisible box, like logical and mechanical operation of mind during poetry production in the industry of poems, like thousands of ideas cataloging in the brain of a poet, like hyperpoems decaying in hyperpoems. First instruction: now stop comparing, think. Think about thousands of brightest big bulbs, big banging and behaving in pendulums in the tallest tiny tent, a laboratory of light. Think of the idea of aligning between the ages of the sun and the moon to experiment which one is wider. Think of the dot of I and J. Think of the cycle of O, a door to enter the world of poetry. Think of the tiniest of think in the heart of things. Think of the finding of bad metaphors with the similes of reasoning. Think of randomness of words in the ocean bottom of poetry. Think of an empty chair waiting the appointed Ra'is Shu'ara. Second instruction, you don't need to think always. Now beware. Beware of nonsense verses and the irrational thoughts of a mad poet. Beware of the poem reading you, not you reading it. Beware of long-distance rendezvous in the belly of sand. Beware of the shape of wind and water of words. Beware of lame logic and reasoning behind writing poems. Beware of the hardship in searching of letters that are bodily enough to build the first stanza. Beware of stanzaless stanzas, mostly they are full of bullshit. Beware of the new language of death. Beware of the cascading sparks from above the wall of the heart of the lover of poem. Beware of amphigories in the name of poetry. Third instruction, think once more when you become aware. Think of loneliness. Think of lonesomeness moments of a poem in an empty book of poetry where it recites alone. Think of hundreds of thousands of irrational thoughts clangoring in the 1,000 billion navigable ocean of poems. Think of the endless ocean of words. Think of where do words go when poetry has fallen into the nothingness of nothing. Think of an uncontrollable canoe filled with trillion unreadable poems diving into the mind of a senseless poet. Think of non-scholastic nincompoop being in an attempt to teach the general rules of poetry. Think of unreadable poet thinking with a shallow-minded idea, thinking to poeticize like Brian Neruda, Charles Bukowski, and Edgar Allan Poe. Fourth instruction, don't skip the below stanza where there recites the heart of this poem. The language lying between the lips of this living poem is not but the living metaphor that says, the world is an atom, simile is an element of chemistry. In this stanza, you can easily see the silhouette voice of hyperbole and metaphor rising like the morning sun, saying we are no longer figures. We are at the lame lake of poem where everyone could see the true images of disabilities. Fifth instruction, last instruction. This stanza is named full stop.